aboard. I just want to introduce myself, Scotty D. I'm the tour guide, so if you have questions before we take off, I'm the person. All right, let's go on a boat ride a little bit.
부부가 됐으면 처음 보네. 부부가 같이 있는 거. 네? 딱
Bottle of champagne. I put that into quotations because their marketing team needs to learn what free is. If I paid $3,500 to be up somewhere and it has some drinks, those drinks were included in what I paid to be up there, right? Now, so we're going to talk about that space on the way back, okay? Not that building. Fort Dearborn was located right there from 1803 to the 1830s. Here is the Trump International Hotel and Tower. This is the tallest reinforced concrete, the IBM, designed by Mies van der Rohe, who immigrated from Germany in the 1930s. This guy founded modernism. Like my record player with this really cute mid-century modern piece. That concept was founded by Mies van der Rohe right here in Chicago. Less is more. It's sleek, it's economic, it's durable. Modernism. Mies van der Rohe, Chicago, Illinois. That building, the 1971. This building coming up is the Marina City Towers. Now folks, this guy Mies van der Rohe I was just talking about, he was so brilliant. He was an Illinois Institute technology professor, and one of his students, yes or no question, did Bertrand Goldberg subscribe to the 90-degree dark theory of his teacher? He rejected modernism and said, I like 360-degree light angles. We should be living in more natural spaces because I've never seen a cubicle bird's nest. That's a quote from Bertrand Goldberg. I love it. I've never seen a cubicle bird's nest. We should be living in the petals of a flower. That's the George Nimmons. This is Monarch Grocery food retailers or food wholesalers in 1914. Today it's Britannica and Whirlpool, as well as some drinks and dining down here. It's asymmetrical, did you notice? George Nimmons didn't do that. You see, the building was modified when LaSalle Street had to be expanded. They removed a bay of the Chicago flag. 3 white stripes, 1 for the north side, the west side, the south side. 2 blue stripes for the Chicago River and Lake Michigan. 4 red stars for the Fort Dearborn, the Great Fire, the Fair of 93, the Fair of 33. We're going to go over all of those throughout this tour. Let's talk about the merchandise mart. 4.2 million square feet. If you prefer common sense, that's 370,000 square meters. Designed by Graham Anderson, Probst & White in the industrial Art Deco style. Financed by Marshall W. Fields, who consolidated 14 different warehouses into one strategic location. Calling Joe Kennedy a criminal? Let's hear the whole story, folks. Where did that money come from? Securities fraud and insider trading. Those were not illegal until 1933. When Joe Kennedy bought that building for $13 million and the Kennedy estate sold that building for $625 million, we learned 2 things. A, Mary and Kennedy. And 2, it's not illegal if it's not a crime yet. It's unethical to sell hollow stocks. It's immoral to sell hollow stocks. At the time, it wasn't. Held on to it. Their long-term lease into Wolf Point East. In 2019, Pelly Clark and Pelly. Salesforce Tower, 2023, Pelly Clark and Pelly. This was supposed to go to 90 stories, but in April of 2020, they read the writing on the wall. What did it say? WFH. Review. Yep. It only affects 10% of your value. So, you know, you have a $4.5 million townhouse. That's only $450,000 you just lost because somebody developed a building across the street. Not a lot of money. Here we have Frank Abbott's Fulton House. Frank Abbott, the designer, 1898. This is probably the oldest building you're going to see today. I don't know your life. The second ugliest building on the Chicago River. This is the Chicago Tribune's printing press. It's not long for this world, but I want to tell you how it's lasted this long in a digital age. At its peak, the Chicago Tribune was printing 70,000 papers an hour here. Agua has been franclicized into, all right, take that, the Big Apple. Rotting, smelly onion swamp. That's Chicago. I love New York. Now, oh yeah, the Potawatomi did not encounter Father Marquette and Louis Joliet, the first Europeans to pass through the area. just got iced. Huh? My man. "150 North Riverside should be..." Does building sway in the Windy City? Absolutely. But it doesn't sway so much that you get sick, because there is an automated dynamic mass damper system. 4 tanks of water, hundreds of thousands of liters in each tank. Those tanks are shifted around on ball-bearing track to what a computer is telling it to do. How does the computer know what to do? There is an on-site weather station getting data from the wind and climate, sending it to the computer, and the top of those 2 super pillars are 5 steel trusses. Those steel trusses are hanging the building over the train tracks, and they're hanging the building over the Riverwalk. So why was the first building built like a martini? Tracks on the west and a Riverwalk on the east. Neither can be constructed. By 1929, to North Riverside Plaza, in 1929, they couldn't build over the train tracks. They lacked the methodology